Shalom. First off, give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Karkadash, the barnes of the apostles, and the orders of the GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and the children who follow. This is the brother Cries coming back at you with another article from TheGuardian.com. This is dated today, May 15th. It says Biden makes progress on compromise effort to pass a $2 trillion infrastructure bill. Now, I want to definitely key in on the $2 trillion and what it's for is for infrastructure. Because America is deteriorating. It's falling apart. These bridges, these roads, they weren't made to last hundreds of years. You know, a lot of these bridges are only made to last 40 years, 50 years, 60 years at the most. And they're coming to their expiration time. They're coming to a point to where they need tender love and care. I.e. the Memphis Bridge. Let's see if we got a picture of that. Hold on. Look at that. This is why they need $2 trillion for shit like this. That's just an accident waiting to happen. Crossing the Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi. It says it was found during a routine inspection. But it's not just that bridge. It's bridges all over the country. And I'm not sure how the roads are in your town. But we got a lot of potholes here. And they never tear up the street to fix it. But they'll lay out some tar and put a Band-Aid on it, knowing that after the snow hit, you're gonna be right back and having to repair this street, the same street. So, I mean, that's the most American thing to do. Don't fix it. Just put a Band-Aid on it. But let's jump into this article. It says, Joe Biden has vowed to make every effort to work with Republicans until progress is impossible. Right now, he and conservative lawmakers see an infrastructure bill that's still within a realm of possibility. If so, it will mark a significant step forward for Biden in passing in large part of a legislative agenda aimed at sparking the recovery of the pandemic hit U.S. economy. Biden's team has consciously drawn comparisons to Franklin D. Roosevelt's effort to lift America out of the Great Depression, though the government programs and big public works project. So basically, he's wanting to jumpstart the economy by getting people to go back to work on these bridges and whatnot. Like, as a matter of fact, let's get the scripture already. Cause he's trying to heal Babylon. This is Jeremiah 51. It's starting at 7. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And America, which is Babylon, the land of confusion, has gone everywhere around the earth, spreading this madness, spreading this wine, spreading its, quote, democracy. polluting the minds of the other nations. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. That's after the missiles. It says howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaching into heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, so it says we would have healed Babylon. They would have healed Babylon. This is what he's talking about. Joe Biden, he's trying to get that same clout that Franklin Roosevelt had when he brought America out of the Great Depression. Slakia. He wants that same clout that Roosevelt got when he brought America out of the Depression. He wants to jumpstart America to get things going again. But that's not going to be the case. Not when you're already $30 trillion in debt, and you want to add $2 trillion on top of that, along with stimulus, unemployment benefits, extra food stamp benefits. This place is done. Let's see if there's anything else in here that's worth. I'm gonna definitely link the article in the description so you can read the whole thing. But see if there's anything else worth mentioning. Let me see. It says two broad points of division have been the total price tag. The Biden administration has been pushing for the infrastructure package at about $2 trillion, while Republicans have facilitated on their ideal number. The last month that number was about $586 billion. But more recently, Mitch McConnell, the Senate Republican leader, said a bill shouldn't cost more than $800 billion. So they're anywhere between $400 to $200 billion away from each other. So whether this goes through or not, they're still, even if they allow $800 billion, that's not cheap at all. So Slovakia, they want $2 trillion. They're saying $800 billion is the most. So that's still $1.2 trillion away. 1.2 trillion. Matter of fact, let's look at this number. So, okay, so 1.2. Alright, so that's 1,200, 12,000, 120,000, 1.2 million, 12 million, 120 million, 1.2 billion. And then you add 3 more zeros. That's how far they away. That's I'm doing this just to give you a visual of how much they really want to spend and how far America is falling. If they want this kind of money to fix America, that Mississippi bridge ain't the only bridge that's breaking down. Let's take a look at it one more time. Look at it. People were crossing this bridge daily, going to work, doing whatever it is they had to do. And this isn't a small bridge. This is a bridge to cross the Mississippi River. I don't know if anyone's ever crossed the Mississippi, but I've crossed the Mississippi multiple times at different points. And every bridge across the Mississippi was a really big bridge. The Mississippi is a very wide river. It's the Nile River of America. All right. All the rivers pretty much flow into the Mississippi. The Missouri, the Ohio, all the tributaries. So the infrastructure is fucked. You know, I'm not gonna get into nothing else in the article. Like I said, the link is in the description. But let's just get a couple more of these precepts. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few." Grinders ceasing because there are few, talking about the jobs. Remember, Biden's wanting to do this infrastructure bill to bounce back America after this pandemic. When the economy is down, when people are out of work, he wants to stimulate the economy and create these jobs for people to shake back. But I really don't even understand that, because if you don't have experience in this field, how's it really going to shake back the economy? Only bridge makers and construction, people in that field would eat. So really it's a vain thought in my mind, but if that's what you want, or if that's your cup of tea. It says, and those that look out the windows be darkened. People that think that America is the apex of life. People think that if you go to America, you can be anything, you can be all you can be, you can come with nothing and end up with everything. Here in Babylon the Great. But those dreams are going to be turned into a nightmare here very soon. You see what's going on the East Coast, and you have Russia saying that they didn't do the cyber attack, that it was the CIA that actually attacked America itself, and is blaming them. So, a country that's divided within itself is going to fall. Alright, it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up with the voice of a bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. Which, is a separate video talking about, music or anything, but it's trash. We know quality music, and today's music is not quality at all. But the point is, the doors are gonna be shut in the streets, man. This is injecting another $2 trillion into this society is gonna cause hyperinflation. We're already on the cusp of hyperinflation. Look how everything's going up. The price of wood is going up. The price of gas is going up. Metal. All right. Even ketchup packets, they said. There's a famine of these items. They're not on the ready anymore because everything was brought down due to the pandemic. So all the back stock is gone. But let them try to heal Babylon. This is Malachi 1:4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, the infrastructure bill. They want to return and build those desolate places, man. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So let them go ahead and try to heal Babylon. Let them go ahead and try to do their infrastructure bill or pass that, whatever. Whether it's 800 billion or 2 trillion or wherever number they come to, it's not going to do nothing but accelerate the end of Babylon. And you have the men of the Lord here along for the ride, cheering, waiting. How long, hastening the day. So with that being said, I hope you were edified. And we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Karkadash. That honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are learning truth and sincerity in the women, and the children will follow. Shalom.